British wartime Prime Minister Winston Churchill believed that important meetings needed to be made face-to-face, so he travelled more than any other Allied leader during World War II. A trained pilot himself, Churchill had utilised aircraft as the fastest mode of transport early in the war, making repeated trips to France in 1940 during the battle for that nation, and had first crossed the Atlantic in January 1942 in a flying boat. He flew to the Middle East, North Africa, and even Moscow, all dangerous flights where his aircraft could have run into German fighters or flak. Churchill's only British-built VIP transport was an Avro 685 York, which first flew in mid-1942. It used the wings, tail, and Rolls-Royce Merlin engines of Bomber Command's famous Avro Lancaster bomber, but with a more capacious square fuselage. The York had a crew of 5, including a cabin steward, and a service ceiling of 23,000 feet, though Churchill's aircraft was unpressurized and cruised much lower for his comfort. The aircraft's range was an impressive 3,000 miles, and with a maximum speed of just under 300 miles per hour, it was fairly quick for its size. Unlike Hitler's personal plane, Churchill's York was unarmed. Depending where it was sometimes escorted by RAF fighters. Churchill's York was the third prototype and was named Ascalon, after the lance St. George used to slay the dragon. Ascalon was fitted with a telephone so Churchill could speak directly to the crew, a bar and a table with an ashtray for his cigars, thermos flasks of tea and coffee, and the latest books and newspapers. There was even an electrically heated toilet seat just for the Prime Minister. In August 1944, Churchill flew in Ascalon to visit Naples and the Italian front. 2 months later, she undertook her longest and final trip with Churchill as passenger to Moscow via Naples, Cairo, Turkey, and the Black Sea. Ascalon was replaced later in the war as Churchill's personal aircraft by an American Douglas C-54 Skymaster, a gift from President Roosevelt in November 1944. Today, just 2 Avro Yorks survive. One is at the Imperial War Museum, Duxford, and the other at the RAF Museum, Cosford. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do subscribe. Many thanks.